Hello and welcome to Spoonful of Horror. I'm your host Alicia. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my top 10 kills from the Halloween franchise. Coming in at number 10, it's going to be Jamie Lloyd's death from Halloween Curse of Michael Myers, the theatrical release. It made me sad to see her go in such an early part of the movie, and I feel like she deserved more. Seeing that she was such a smart kid that survived through the previous movies, but it was a little bit of an emotional disconnect because of the fact that it wasn't Danielle Harris playing her anymore, and she didn't really look like a teenager to me. She kind of looked really grown to me, but her death itself was really, really gnarly. Like the fact that just pushing her on top of the farm equipment, whatever it is, I don't know, farm equipment that he pushed her on top of wasn't enough. He had to turn it on and mulch her from the inside out, and it was a good way to, if it was anybody else besides her, it would have been a good way to start the movie, but it still was a good death.
You can't have the baby, Michael. You can't have the baby.
Number 9 is going to be coming from Halloween 4, and it's going to be the death of Earl at the very end of the movie, where he was hoping to get Jamie and Rachel to safety, and his friends were getting killed in the back of the truck, which was really stupid because how did nobody hear anything that was going on, which whatever. So Michael kills his friends in the back, and then he climbs on top of the car, breaks the window, and rips the guy's neck open, and it is seriously gory and seriously awesome as fuck. It really is. I like it a lot. Number 8 is going to be coming to us from the dark horse of the Halloween franchise, Season of the Witch. This kill was literally so crazy. It stuck with me my entire life. Even after the disappointment of not knowing, being young and not knowing Michael Myers wasn't intended to be in the third movie, obvious as everyone else did. But it's actually a really good movie, and it had some really good kills, and this kill stuck with me forever. Where the kid comes in with his parents, and he sits in front of the TV with the mask on, watching the commercial, the music come on, 8 more days to that song, and before you can even figure out what's going on, his head turns into mush, and then crazy shit start coming out of his eyes, like snakes and bugs and all types of gross shit that precedes to eat his parents. So yeah, that was a crazy ass kill, and it's one of the best of the franchise. Number 7 is going to be coming to us from the OG John Carpenter's Halloween, which is my favorite horror movie ever. Maybe my favorite movie ever, possibly with the exception of Titanic. But this kill is probably the most memorable and best kill of the whole movie. Obviously, everybody probably already know what I'm going to say, but Bob's death, where he's coming from the kitchen, I believe, and Michael rushes him, stabs him up, pins him against the wall, and then takes a nice long look at his beautiful, beautiful art. Number 6 is going to be coming from Halloween 2018. And although we don't get to see this death on screen, the aftermath is chilling. The cashier that had the unfortunate job of working at this gas station that Michael just so happens to stop past to retrieve his mask. His jaw is broken and then his teeth are ripped out. And then Salt bathed in front of Dana in the stall. And that shit is crazy. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Karen, the nurse from Halloween 2, 1981, where Karen is waiting for Bud, I believe his name is, to come back from turning down the temperature for the hot tub. But Bud is dead. She doesn't know that though. But I mean, like when she was sucking on his finger, which is weird as hell to do, his hands look different to me, being a viewer, and I could imagine that it smelled and tastes something like that you wouldn't want in your mouth, something that you wouldn't continue to suck on and not turn your back and figure out what the hell, who hand is this? It can't be the person hand who was just in water. So that was kind of stupid to me, but the best part of this scene is where he takes her head and he dunks her repeatedly, drowning her, also boiling her skin off of her face because the temperature is increasing by the second. Even though in real life the water wasn't actually hot, it was cold. But for the movie, it was hot, and it burnt her face off.
Just have to get back, that's all. Now, Bud, don't be that way.
Number 4 is going to be coming from Rob Zombie's H2 2009, which is my least favorite of the franchise. And that is going to be the death in the beginning where the paramedic Gary gets his head sawed off after getting into a car accident, which left the other paramedic dead. He was stuck. Michael gets out the back of the ambulance truck and he takes a shard of glass and decapitates him. And it is so gory, it's so gross, it's so gruesome, it's so awesome, and it's so hard to not love it. Number 3 is going to be coming from Halloween 6, And it's the one where the douchebag dad gets home from work looking for his wife, and then the power cuts off. He goes in the basement to try to fix the power, and then he finds the washer on, which, how? But whatever. And he sees his wife inside the washer. He backs up into Michael, and then he gets impelled into the circuit breaker. And then it does not stop there because his head explodes in the theatrical version, which is the better version of this movie. And it is awesome. Number 2 is going to be coming from Halloween, Season of the Witch, again, which had a lot of great kills. But this one was, for me, the best kill. And it's the one where the lady Marge Gutman, whatever, she's sitting in a hotel room tampering with the mask, the thing that came out the back of the mask, and it shoots it in her face and peels her face back, and it is so seriously nasty. It's so beautiful at the same time. I love it. Which brings us to my number 1, which is also going to be coming from Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I think it's my favorite mainly because of the way the guy, the bouncer from the club, goes to take out the trash, and the way that he tries to assert dominance and tries to scare Michael or punk him out. And obviously he's not impressed by this shit. And it's just funny to see him really try to punk Michael. And even if he might look like your average neighborhood hobo, just looking at how tall he is, how built he is, how he looks, he just looks like he does not give a fuck and he came to fuck shit up. I don't know why would you attempt to confront something like that. And that lands him a choke slam, which is brutal. But then he also stomps his head in, and it is the way it sounds and the way it looks, even though it's lit dark, you can still see and hear what you need to see and hear to know that he is getting fucked up, to know that it's real, to know how scary, how real shit just got.
God! Fuck!
That's my list, and thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're hungry for more, you can always like and subscribe to get more.